This is a quick tutorial to show you how you can use Smart Notebook to color your periodic table. So let's start off with opening up a new blank Smart Notebook. And then from here, what you're going to do is you're going to find that downloaded periodic table that you should have. There's a PDF version of it. My case here, if I go to Spotlight and I search for it, it will probably come up. Alternately, you could just browse using Finder to go to the directory that you have it in and then just drag it directly from there. But in my case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Spot right from Spotlight, and you can just drag the PDF itself and right onto the page, and what should happen is that. It should embed the PDF directly into the Smart Notebook page, and then what you can do is you can move it to kind of put it where you want. Okay, maybe to make it a little bit bigger if you do want, and in this case here I do, make it about that big. And then what I would suggest you do right after you position it where you want is go up here to this drop down arrow and then lock it in place so that you're not going to move it around accidentally while you're trying to color it. So the next bit is coloring it. You need 3 colors. You need one for metals, one for non-metals, and one for metalloids. Please do see a copy of the periodic table on the LMS that we're using as an example for what elements should be colored as what. And you don't necessarily need to use the same colors, but you need to make sure that all the metals are all one color, all the non-metals are one color, and all the metalloids are one color. Fair enough? If you have questions about that, please do ask. Now, from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a shape tool to cover up one of the elements. This is probably the easiest way to color it. Okay, so I've covered up hydrogen. Hydrogen's a non-metal, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to click on that box around hydrogen that I just created, rectangle really, and then I'm going to go over here to the left to this tab. And I'm going to go down and select solid fill, and I'm going to choose the color that I want hydrogen to be represented with. In this case here, I think I'll probably go with yellow. And if you go back, you'll see what it's done is it's filled in that little box as yellow. Now, okay, fine, that's going to be our color for our non-metals, but it's not that great because we can't see any information now, can we? So we're going to go back here and we're going to do a couple things. Make sure. One of the things that you notice, if I do this right now, I get nothing. Make sure that you've clicked on your box before you go over this tab, otherwise you won't see any information show up. I'm going to do 2 things. One, I'm going to get rid of the lines. There's a line around that rectangle, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set it to clear. It should already be set. If I select white here, it should just disappear. If I go back, it's gone. And then I'm going to click on that again. I'm going to go here. I'm going to change the opacity. So I need to go to, there's fill effects. Oh, sorry, object transparency. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to put it about, I think there. Let's just see. Nah, it's not bad. Maybe I'll dial it back 1 to about there. So now you can see hydrogen's colored and you can see through it. Let me dial it back 1 more. I don't know. Too much. You'll have to play with this. Depending on the color you choose, the transparency is going to have to be set accordingly. Now that I've done that, what I can do is I can copy this, Command C, and I can paste it back over here, and I can use that for other elements that are non-metals. So I can position it over top of some of them, and I can just drag this out now. You're probably going to have to create a couple of these to cover all of your non-metals. But I can drag it in place, so it's just a matter of copying and pasting little boxes that have these colors set. Now again, you'll need to do the same thing for non-metals, or sorry, for metals. So I'm going to copy this, I'm going to paste it back in place. I'm going to change the color right now while I have it selected to perhaps what? I don't know, blue. And that'll be my color for my metals. I can drag this out. And then I can just copy this all the way down. So that's what you need to do for coloring your periodic table of elements. There is also a way to do this just using the PDF and preview view on your Mac, which is built into the Mac. operating system. If you want to do that, please email Mr. Yakubak and I will give you specific instructions as how that is accomplished. As always, if you have any questions or concerns, please let me know.